there! Did you find about it? Once again, we're gonna talk about Miss Universe. Oh my god, I'm so excited to find out who will be the next Miss Universe for this year. Okay, now let's go straight forward. The Miss Universe preliminary competition for this year was undoubtedly the worst, if not the worst of all time, maybe the worst in the past 10 or 20 years. And the gown competition was definitely lacking in energy. It was a bit dim. It was not what we were expecting. It's not what we like. It is purely a gown display. So in case there is an award for that, you can never call that a best in gown. We'll just simply say the best gown. Because you would just look at the gowns. There was no, how do you say this? Execution. And I was a bit frustrated with that. Anyway, before the preliminary competition, it was already loud and clear that there would be no scores for the gown. I forgot the source where I heard it from, but that's what I was told about. And it happened. I just couldn't believe my eyes that it was really happening before my very beautiful eyes. And it added more points to that lackluster night ever of Miss Universe. Okay, once again, for the past 10 or 20 years. So, let's talk about, of course, our very own Philippines. Do I think she would make it? Do I approve of her performance? Was I 100% sure that she would make the top 30? Did I like her overall performance? More on that, don't go away. Okay, so let me start with the quotation. Don't fix something if it is not broken. I don't think there is a need for that hair change. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that hair. But I was expecting, let's just consider my expectation. I was expecting that it would be the same or patterned after her performance at the local search at Miss Universe Philippines competition. I thought that was one of the best look that I've ever seen at Miss Universe Philippines swimsuit competition moment. She was stunning. The hair suits her. If she did it again on the Miss Universe stage, she could have, gained more impact. I think that's almost perfect for her. During the swimsuit round at Miss Universe 2024, her neck looked short. The hair didn't compliment her in any way. The way she gyrated on stage, a bit less impressive than what she did in the local pageant. I don't know if I was the only one who thought about it, but that's how I saw it. It wasn't impressive that you couldn't even put her in the top 10. Well, that's on my own list. So, she was one of my good performers at the swimsuit competition, but if you could definitely look for the 10 who gave the most impressive swimsuit execution, then she wouldn't make it. I'm sorry about that. Just like you, I also love Miss Philippines. I want her to win, but that's how I saw it. It doesn't diminish the reality or the fact that I support her 100%. If you say something negative about your bet's performance, it doesn't necessarily translate to being unsupportive. So let me clear things out about that. That my support to Chelsea is still there. 101%. All I'm saying is that she could have done better. She could have done better. Or the handlers could have done better. It's not really Chelsea who is the problem, because she did a wonderful performance during the preliminary competition, much better than what she did during the Miss Universe preliminary competition. So it's the handlers. I don't know if they're the same people, but the handlers during the local competition were much better than the handlers during the Miss Universe preliminary competition. As simple as that. Like they're the same people. I don't know why the sudden change. I don't know where they got this idea of having this instead of repeating. There's nothing wrong with repetition. There's nothing wrong with doing it for the second time around, as long as it's for the good sake of our candidate. So, in general, I liked her swimsuit aura and performance during the local search, the Miss Universe Philippines swimsuit competition. Plus the fact that why do they always forget it? We consider ourselves, how do you say this? A powerhouse country, and powerhouse candidates do not do that. Why these handlers always forget it? Or if they don't forget it, why do our candidates usually forget it? You know, that impactful 3 second or 5 second pose in front of the judges, mesmerizing the judges' eyes, doing that final look, doing that final impression. It's so fast, as if Chelsea is catching for something more important to do after that. So from the swimsuit to the gown, she's a little bit restless. She just kept on moving. There's no, how do you say that in Tagalog? I forgot the term, but that's what I'm looking for. That killer pose before leaving. That killer stop, that killer pause. There should be pauses, just like in music, in singing, in dancing. There should be some pauses. And that final pause should be done there. Why do they always forget that? We are Philippines. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I saw it. Gown competition, there is no competition. And I must say the gown was not bad. I believed that was a wise choice because she was different from the rest. She was regarded as a princess. I think that was the styling, that was the perception, or that was the image that the handlers would like to. And I think they did it well. Not really that outstanding, but because it's very bare, it's simply just the gown. I didn't see some extravagant, how do you say this, bling blings or jewelry for a princess like Peg, but those are just minor points. I liked the gown. I didn't like initially the constant moving and then the turning arounds and so on and so forth, but it added to that Disney princess Peg that they would like to emphasize. So I think she gave a more impactful appearance during the gown competition than during the swimsuit. It's not because she gave a bad performance, really. It's just that more girls did outshine her. More girls outperformed her. If some of you thought that Chelsea nailed it, that she was on top of the rankings during the swimsuit round, then ikaw na. But for me, being fair to the other candidates, I think she lost some glitters during the swimsuit competition. National costume, I think she was one of those who did a wonderful job. There's no question if she would land in the top 10 or on the top 10 lists of some pageant bloggers or websites, because she deserves a spot there. But it would have been more gorgeous and exotic and scene-stealing if she did use. Can they use? Pride aside, I think they can reuse some prominent national costumes that our candidates, that Miss Philippines has worn even in other pageants, like the one worn by Oriental Mindoro. That's my province. Oriental Mindoro's representative. I forgot the name. At that tikbalang outfit, I think that would be sensational on the Miss Universe stage. Let me talk about the other candidates.